Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as they're banging. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Tennessee Titans. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He'll check this one off to Fournette.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Oh, some strong running. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Burrow. Flushed out right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Being chased out left. Crosses over out of bounds.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow sets up the screen to Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Burrow looking to pass. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and 11. It's some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Back to throw, Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he will take it on in from Bengals. Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run the counter. It's Tucker, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. To throw is Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Returning it, Hill. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 5th. First half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down. And the Titans are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there. And this remains a 7-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Eluding the pressure right. Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Tucker. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Will come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Gonna give this time to the tailback.
Old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. He finds his man, complete. That's Tucker. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Williams now on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, it's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
11 MT, Kate. 11 MT, Kate. 55.
A handoff to Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field.
11.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Flush to his right. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. It's complete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Bengals grab it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, CD, really, the play call was pretty good. I mean, the jet sweep worked up until the crucial part where he lost the football.
Yeah, and you would expect him to hold on to the ball. You're handing it to a wide receiver who touches it all the time. That's what they do. A real surprise that he dropped it in that situation.
A first down run there by Fournette as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge.
There he goes, left side.
Bring in the second string. Bring in the
way in for a Cincinnati score. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And Henry gets the call there on first down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. Stays on his feet.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Off play action, Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a hole. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A first down carry for Henry. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience. Coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Tannehill. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Tannehill. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tucker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A give to the up man, the fullback line. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now it's Burrow. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Tannehill to throw. Looking for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Tannehill now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Bengals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal